We're back again. Last time, Earth's mightiest heroes came together for the first time and defeated Loki during the Battle of New York.
Puny god.
But that victory changed everything. It proved humanity wasn't alone, and somewhere across the galaxy, something much bigger had started watching. This is the complete story of Marvel's Phase 2, so let's jump right in. Starting off with Iron Man 3/2012. Tony Stark isn't the same man after New York. For the first time in his life, he's experienced something far beyond his understanding. Space, aliens, gods. He's unable to sleep, spending every waking moment building new Iron Man suits while his anxiety spirals out of control. Meanwhile, a terrorist known as the Mandarin begins launching attacks around the world. Tony publicly challenges him, only for his Malibu mansion to be destroyed. Tony is stranded with only a damaged prototype suit and forced to rely on his intelligence instead of his technology. Eventually, he discovers the shocking truth. The Mandarin isn't real. He's simply an actor named Trevor Slattery.
The Mandarin? See, it's not real.
Hired to distract the world while scientist Aldrich Killian develops the dangerous extremist virus. Tony defeats Killian, destroys every Iron Man suit in the Clean Slate Protocol, and finally has the arc reactor removed from his chest. For the first time in years, Tony believes he can simply be himself. Thor, The Dark World, 2013, far across the Nine Realms. An ancient force awakens. The Dark Elves return seeking the Ether, one of the 6 Infinity Stones. Jane Foster accidentally absorbs its power. Thor brings her to Asgard, but Malekith attacks, forcing Thor to team up with Loki. After an uneasy alliance, Loki appears to sacrifice himself. Thor defeats Malekith during the Convergence and saves all 9 realms, but another Infinity Stone has now entered the picture. The Ether is handed to the Collector, keeping 2 Infinity Stones separated from one another. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, 2014. Steve Rogers struggles to adapt to modern life, but soon he discovers something far more dangerous than any alien invasion. Hydra never truly disappeared. For decades, they secretly infiltrated SHIELD. Their plan: use Project Insight to eliminate millions before they ever become threats. Standing in Steve's way is the mysterious Winter Soldier, an unstoppable assassin. Until Steve discovers it's Bucky Barnes.
Bucky? Who the hell is Bucky?
His best friend, captured during World War II, brainwashed, and transformed into Hydra's perfect weapon. Steve refuses to give up on Bucky. Hydra falls, SHIELD collapses, and the world loses the organization that protected it. The Avengers are now more alone than ever. Guardians of the Galaxy, 2014. While Earth faces its own battles, a much larger war unfolds among the stars. Peter Quill steals a mysterious orb. Inside lies another Infinity Stone, the Power Stone. Soon he's forced to work alongside Gamora, Rocket, Groot, and Drax. Together they become the Guardians of the Galaxy. Ronan the Accuser attempts to use the Power Stone to destroy Xandar, but instead of fighting alone, the Guardians hold the stone together, sharing its unimaginable power. Ronan is defeated. The Power Stone is secured by the Nova Corps, and somewhere in the shadows, Thanos loses one of his greatest opportunities. Avengers Age of Ultron, 2015. With Hydra weakened, the Avengers raid one of their final bases. Inside, Tony Stark discovers Loki's scepter, containing yet another Infinity Stone, the Mind Stone. Believing he can protect Earth, Tony secretly creates an artificial intelligence. But Ultron concludes that humanity itself is the greatest threat. He turns against his creators, determined to wipe out mankind. The Avengers recruit Wanda and Pietro Maximoff. Although Pietro dies saving civilians, Wanda joins the team. Using the Mind Stone, Tony and Bruce create Vision, the only being capable of opposing Ultron. The final battle takes place in Sokovia, where Ultron attempts to lift an entire city into the sky before dropping it back to Earth, causing an extinction-level event. The Avengers stop him, but not before countless lives are lost. The destruction of Sokovia changes public opinion forever. Ant-Man 2015. Scott Lang is a talented thief trying to rebuild his life after prison. He's recruited by scientist Hank Pym, creator of the Ant-Man suit. When Pym's former protege Darren Cross recreates the technology, Scott must stop him. Shrinking smaller than ever before, Scott enters the quantum realm, a place beyond normal space and time. Somehow, he survives, escaping with knowledge that will become incredibly important in the future. Ant-Man becomes the newest Avenger, even if he doesn't know it yet. Why the end of Phase 2? The Avengers have never been stronger, but they've also never been more divided. SHIELD has fallen, Hydra has been exposed, the Infinity Stones are slowly coming together, Thanos is growing impatient, and Earth's heroes are about to face the consequences of everything they've done. Because next comes Phase 3, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Thor, Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame. If you enjoyed this recap, leave a like, subscribe, and get ready for Part 3, where the MCU changes forever. Stone